Hello Wargamers, it's me Khan from Tabletop Banter, and in today's video we are going to be taking a closer look at the Leman Russ Demolisher for my Eskirax Militia. So, as you know, I'm trying to get back into videos and so forth, so this is all sort of new again, and I picked up a new lamp for Christmas, which is fantastic, which means I can start doing more showcase videos like this one. Now, like I said, today we're looking at the Leman Russ Demolisher. Obviously I've made some minor changes to the chassis itself and the turret. My Eskirax Militia are my Imperial Militia for Horus Heresy. I have written some backstories, and I have also come up with this sort of red book style document that I will probably make readily available for people to read, so they are able to pretty much build an Eskirax army if they wanted to. I don't think anyone would, but if you did, the stuff would be readily available. Things like character sheets and stuff like that. All stuff that you can run in the game anyway, just given different names. So, without further ado, here is the Leman Russ Demolisher. So, this is it obviously whole. Now, I'm just going to take the turret off so we can look at the chassis first. So, the first thing to note is this weapon on the front here, the coaxial mounted weapon. Now, this would normally be a las cannon or a heavy bolter, or heavy flamer in 40k, as far as I'm aware. But you can take multi-lasers in the Heresy. So I did. So I basically chopped the las cannon parts off and chopped the multi-laser bit from the Sentinel kit and put the two together. So it meant that I was able to have a multi-laser on the front of my Leman Russ Demolisher. Other details are all pretty stock. You get your little front tow bar-y bits, and obviously, like I say, there's normally a weapon there anyway. It's quite a sparsely detailed kit. The side panels are alright, but this central bit all the way down the back is really sparsely detailed. Not that that's bad, it just means you have to add something, in my opinion, in order to make it slightly more interesting. And speaking of visually interesting, here's what I've added. So what I'll do is I'll just hold it up like this so we can see on the top part. So obviously you've got the engine bay here, and I've added a Prometheum tank of some kind here, which came from the Sentinel kit, just so it's not a blank panel. And I've also added this sort of piping. Obviously, the Eskirax, you may or may not know, they're a more feudal, medieval style world, and so they maybe aren't the best engineers, so perhaps it's something that they have thought would be a good idea to have accessible outside, or maybe they just didn't know how to fix it in general. And I've also, and to do with the notion of fixing things, put the little ladder set up to the engine bay so that they can actually get up there and repair it. Normally a storage box goes there, but I didn't fancy taking the skull off the storage box, and equally I just thought it might be quite nice to have a more industrial look of steps, and naturally the other end of the tow bar. I went for the split exhausts also because I think they look slightly cooler. And then that's pretty much it really for this main hull segment. You can see obviously it's a really nice kit to build. You have to be an absolute clown to mess it up. Even I thought I messed it up, but realised it was actually just on an unstable table. But you have to be a potato to get it wrong. So it's a lovely kit to put together from that perspective. Moving on then to the other element, which is the turret. I have given this some kind of tank commander. So you can see here he's got his Empire Greatsword head. So he has the hat and feathers. As you'll see in future videos when I do showcases of what I have painted, they are sort of a modern medieval look, is probably the best way to put it. Science fantasy, almost. Now the only thing I've added to the Demolisher is this sort of comms antenna, and I've also put a bit of green stuff in there just because there was quite a gap that needed filling. But in general, I've used the non-Aquila back segment of the turret because this is the Heresy, and they are not sort of Terran, they are Eskirax. So that's pretty simple. Now you can't take tank commanders as part of your Imperial Militia. However, it doesn't stop you from modelling them, so I'm quite happy to say that I did put one together. I did want one, just from that sort of look perspective, when I run a squadron, I can then have a commander. And I wanted the Demolisher because it's, you know, a slightly more aggressive tank, and I felt like the tank commander would probably fancy that. So putting it all back together again, like so. Right, there we go. So this is the first tank I built this year, in 2018, which is pretty ridiculous, but you know, I love my infantry. Now I picked the Demolisher specifically because it's a very up-close and personal sort of tank. It is not sit at the back, and my Eskirax are very much feudal warriors who believe in, you know, the whole martial honour and that sort of thing, you know, the dueling and that sort of medieval style of combat, and I wanted to replicate the up close and personal aspect of it with this tank. That's about it for this video really, but I am hoping to continue. Obviously the next time you see this model it will have some paint on it, probably primer, and I'll probably have gone over my greens, and then we can take a look at how I'm going to be adding the greys later on. So that's, like I said, it for this one. If you see those little emblems there, you can follow me on any of them. So obviously Twitter and Facebook is less used, but Instagram updates most days with pictures and stuff I'm working on, which is always fun. And of course you can like and subscribe and support the channel that way. That'd be amazing. It's nice to be getting back into it and recording stuff again, and hopefully you guys are along for the ride too. So until the next time, hope you all have a lovely day and some great hobby time, and bye for now.